Hello everyone, I'm Paul McGuire Grimes. There are some movies that no matter how good the acting is or how important the subject matter may be, that I feel like I only ever need to see once. The new Netflix film Pieces of a Woman is that kind of movie. It will be streaming January 7th and I want to talk about it. This is Paul's trip to the movies. As Martha and Sean, Vanessa Kirby and Shia LaBeouf play a couple eagerly anticipating the birth of their daughter. The day arrives only for tragedy to hit the young couple, forever altering what was supposed to be the happiest day of their lives. Months pass by and Martha and Sean navigate their trauma in different ways. Complicating matters further is his past addiction, her overbearing mother, played by Bernstein, and a public trial condemning the midwife, played by Molly Parker. The film is directed by Cornel Mundrusco with a script by his partner Kata Weber. It's an immensely personal story for them, and you can feel its open and honest look at something so deeply traumatic and yet taboo for people to talk about. It was no surprise to me to learn that Weber and Mundrusco previously worked this story as a stage play, as I felt that intimacy and the emotional breakdown between all of our characters. Now, what starts as a tender and beautiful process of giving birth at home transcends into a 30-minute opening sequence that ends in complete heartbreak. Mundrusco clearly takes his time, allowing Vanessa Kirby's physically demanding performance to shake the audience to an unsettling place. Its graphic nature and openness may turn off some, but frankly, it leaves you as broken as our main couple. There's a lack of closure for Martha and Sean, and Pieces of a Woman takes us on their road to recovery, both for their personal selves and for their marriage, in the many, many rocky moments in between. The heaviness of this story provides for brilliant acting, especially for Vanessa Kirby, whose vulnerable openness to the material helps the audience understand something so mentally painful it's really hard to imagine. Shia LaBeouf is a trickier obstacle to overcome, given his real-life allegations of abuse and addiction. The line between performance and reality is blurred in so many of his scenes. It's a disappointment as his previous film, Honey Boy, really felt like he was in a better place. Now, the other key player here is Bernstein as Martha's mother. Only someone of her stature could bring this type of performance. Her character comes with this cold-hearted nature buried so deeply within her. We learn that she is a Holocaust survivor, and it makes her a victim of trauma herself, but someone who is also adamant that she knows what's best for her daughter. This type of loss and trauma is rarely talked about, and I applaud the cast and crew for tackling it in order to open up a conversation about it. Throughout all of our characters, we see how they look, and we as well look for easy answers and the blame game, as if that brings closure any faster. But it's always more complicated and personal than we think it's going to be. Pieces of a Woman isn't meant to be an entertaining Netflix sit-down. It's hard to watch, but one that's ultimately engaging, given the impactful performances from Vanessa Kirby and Bernstein. I'm giving Pieces of a Woman 4 out of 5 ticket stubs. If you like my review today, click subscribe on my YouTube channel. I got some other movie reviews, as well as my appearances on Twin Cities Live. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Paul's Movie Trip. And then go to my website, paulstriptothemovies.com, for even more reviews. Thank you so much for watching my review of Pieces of a Woman. This is Paul's Trip to the Movies.